Okay, what is up, shiny happy people? Welcome to the daily stately stream. How y'all doing today, folks? It's me, your friendly neighborhood stately, and we are here once again at what will soon be... Ow. I fell on my keys. What will soon be our new Spleef Stadium. So let's just get straight to it, shall we? We're working on the frame here. The playing surface is going to be where these leaves are. And from here on down, we need to drop down to there, which will prevent people who fall through the leaves from actually hitting the leaves from below. It's all fairly straightforward. So we just need to get more oak and get back to it. And maybe an axe. And my axe. Sorry, that was more Sean Connery than Gimli, but you get the idea. Okay, I'm not exactly generating a whole lot of wood with my little tree farm here. Might need to expand it, but for now we're just going to bone meal this stuff. Stuff's going all over the place. Working on a design for something, no doubt. Okay, let's see what we ended up with there. Probably enough for another 3 beams or something. I'm trying to set this up so we have the maximum playing area, which means I'm putting all of these bars towards the back where it's reasonable to do so. Yeah, I know. I need to fix that. I need to, at the very least, go in and clean them up soon. But it's not the end of the world. And then the corners. How are we doing the corners here? Wait, is this right? Am I doing something wrong here? Yeah, feel free. Go ahead and nuke them if you want to. Yeah, this entire side is 1 block too far out. Does that make sense? Let me double check this. Yeah, definitely 1 block too far out. I'll take care of the boats soon. You can break them as long as they're not right next to the island. Okay. Yay! Hey, Hunter. Okay, that's more like it. You can simply type /stream. And that'll get you there. Ah, 1 short. Fortunately, a tree has grown. Huzzah! Okay, oops. And now I'm stuck in it. So this seems like a decent sized Spleef playing field, right? Looks pretty good to me. Alright, let's finish this off. Yeah, that's actually kind of part of the plan. I want to add a little flare for people who are streaming, and that way people who stream on the server we'll be able to add a URL to their name. There'll be a little flare, and then you can see what channel they're streaming on. Well, you'll have to register to be a streamer, obviously, just so that we don't end up with a bunch of people spamming, frankly, because that does happen. But yeah, that is a good idea. Hey, 29 days. Good stuff. Well, welcome to the stream. Creative work has to take priority. That makes sense. It shouldn't be too hard. It's just something that I need to get around to. I've been working almost exclusively on new stuff for the adventure server, which I've been testing today, and it's getting to the point where the functionality that we have is actually working. So that's good. But the functionality we have isn't enough. I'm not there yet as far as actually being able to do the things that we need to be able to do. But you can now create and join clans and add regions to clans and stuff like that. You can declare war. So we're very close to having everything we need to be able to test, at least. The actual adventure part isn't in yet. The quests and stuff aren't ready yet. Okay, so this is going to be the playing field. That's pretty straightforward. We need to set up a spectator area, and we need to secure the playing field so that players can't get out. And that also means that we need to set up the team play areas here. So we're going to have basically a spectator area on this side, I think, because that's closest to the road. And then from the spectator area, you'll be able to go left or right to the two team sides. We'll have a public test soon, and everybody will be able to test out the basics. It's just going to be a short public test to basically validate all of the premises, so to speak. But development will obviously continue, and we'll probably do multiple tests as time goes by. That is not an X. I need lots more oak. Lots and lots more oak. Fortunately, I chose an easy material to work with, but it's still pretty time consuming. It's like factions. Well, so it's yeah, I guess it's like factions with less ugly crap. The clan PvP is part of the idea, but the other part of the idea is that there's going to be a quest system, random encounters, boss mobs, some things from PvE like the quest mobs I'm going to port over, but they're going to work differently. You won't have to like find the summoning ingredients and stuff like that. You're just going to be able to get a quest from a villager to, say, kill a specific mob, and then that mob will spawn. Is it food time again? It is food time again. I have missed having Lego around to to remind me when I need to eat. I've starved so many times. No, I'm kidding. I usually manage. Yeah, it should be good. I'm looking forward to it. It's also meant to be a long-term server. I'm not saying that it will run indefinitely, but it'll run long enough that it'll pay off to build cool stuff. Individual games might run anything up to a couple of months. I don't know if it can like run permanently and not become completely unbalanced or anything, but I'd be willing to try, because like a permanent PvP server where people are actually building kingdoms and putting in cool stuff would be awesome. So we have most of the functionality for the base gameplay is in place and tested now. There's an honor system which prevents people from, say, ganking noobs. There are different security zones where each security zone has different consequences for PvP outside of war. There's always negative consequences for PvP outside of war, but how much honor you lose depends on what zone you're in. And I obviously need to put some modifiers in. For example, if somebody attacks you and you fight back, you shouldn't lose honor, right? The instigator should be the only person who loses honor, so that needs to go in still. And then we have a system of enforcers. So if you have an honor low enough, you're not even allowed in the safe zone anymore, because enforcers will show up and just start beating the ever-living bejesus out of you. And that's all in place already. It's not as refined as it'll have to be, but it is in place, and it'll be something we can test. If everything goes well, we're going to run a public test next week. Again, it's just going to be a validation test to make sure that everything works the way I thought it would. So I might compress everything, right? So the war countdown, instead of being, say, 12 hours, will be 5 minutes or something, just so we can test the wars and make sure that when you're at war, you can do the things you're supposed to be able to do at war. Even when you're at war, your builds will be protected. Not necessarily to the same degree. It'll still be possible to, for example, break into somebody's base and break their chests. The way I have it set up right now is if you're at war with somebody and you're in their region, or if you're not at war with somebody and you're in their region, or you're in somebody's private region, you get mining fatigue 4 until you leave, which makes it basically impossible to do any damage. And then if you're at war and you're in somebody's region, you'll get mining fatigue 3, which means that you can break stuff, but it's going to take a while. So you can still get in, try to raid somebody's chests, but you're going to have to be able to actually defeat them, knock them back, so that you can break the chests undisturbed, because it's still going to take a long time. And I need to look at exactly how long it's going to take and whether just mining fatigue is good enough to protect regions. I already have it set up so that even with mining fatigue 4, you can't break chests if you're not at war. It'll just cancel it out. So, if you come on and nobody from the opposing clan is on and you're not at war, even if you have 12 hours to break a chest, you still can't do it. And we're going to roll back grief. So, you can break into somebody's base, but you can't just destroy their base for no obvious reason, that kind of thing. The idea being that, yes, it's a war, yes, you can fight, yes, you can take your opponent's stuff, but no, you can't just randomly grief them. And I am going to use inventory insurance like we have on PvE, but it's going to be much more expensive. And I need to come up with a way of giving people stuff. Yeah, nausea gets old fast. It really does. But I need to come up with a way of letting people actually gain stuff when they defeat a player, even if they have inventory insurance. So I'm thinking, maybe limited inventory insurance. Maybe you can't insure everything. Maybe you can only insure, for example, things that don't stack. That way you'd be able to insure your... got the height wrong. You'd be able to insure your weapons and armor, but you wouldn't be able to insure your stack of diamonds that you're coming home with. But I'm not quite sure how that needs to work yet, and that's another reason why we need to test. I need to have a good idea of what's realistically going to work and what's not. So I'm just building the team spawn rooms here, and I'm kind of building as if I were building a physical structure. So I'm putting the framework in place first, and then I'm going to fill it out, which is, how you'd build if you actually wanted the thing to not collapse to the ground. Oh, that'll be awesome, 29 days. I don't know if you're at all interested in what I think might make for good highlights, but if you want, I could send you timestamps for specific things. I know, like, scrolling through an entire stream can be really time consuming. So much oak here. I'm gonna stop using oak as soon as the framework's done, because we need to have other materials. But for now, we're not done yet. Come on, tree. This is the kind of shenanigan up with which I will not put. Well, thankfully I have all the bone meal in the world, thanks to Steph. So that's not a big deal, it's just time consuming. Alright, you know what? Screw that one. You, grow. Thank you. I can do this all day, trees. Bone blocks. As of 1.10, you can compress bones into bone blocks. Is it bones you compress into bone blocks, or is it bone meal you compress into bone blocks? Let's take a look. And they're really nice blocks, too. I raved about them a little on stream yesterday, but they make a really, really suitable replacement for quartz. And they're much easier to come by. Yeah, it's bone meal. So what is it, like 3x3? Here, let's test out our theory here. So yeah, 9 bone meal makes a single bone block. And a single bone block makes 9 bone meal. So there you go. Alright, well, I'll PM you if I find something cool. For example, like the little tutorial I did on house building yesterday, I think was kind of neat. It's around an hour 45, I think. But it's kind of up to you. I mean, you're the editor in the end, so what you think is interesting. Right? The poor man's quartz. And then all you need quartz for is, you know, steps and slabs and the cool chiseled ones. But it goes together well enough with quartz. The white is not exactly the same, but it's close enough that you wouldn't notice unless you were inspecting it pretty closely. And of course it's directional. It's like logs. The interior is a little bit darker. It's a good block. High quality blocks, only the best. Okay. More please. And can I still get up there? How was I getting up there in the first place? Oh, here we go. I have a little staircase here. So we need a pit. If anybody's like bored and they want to help out here, I need a great big hole dug under this entire build. Exactly. Brought to you by the Bone Block Council. Bone blocks, the poor man's quartz. Ask your doctor if bone blocks are right for you. Oh, my print's ready. I know I haven't done any 3D prints on stream for the last week or so. I've been working on some things with the printer. It looks like it's back in business, though, so... Yeah. Well, cool. Yeah, Hunter, come on over. I'd appreciate it. So hopefully we'll have a print to do on stream tomorrow. That'll be fun. And as is tradition, the first person to guess what I'm printing gets the actual print. Offer valid in the US only, because it costs a lot of money to ship even really light things abroad. Okay, so like I said, the playing field will come right up until to the edges here. And then the spectator area is going to be on this side, and the referee area is going to be on that side. The referee area, we need that so that we can have a place with a button to open the door simultaneously. You're catching up on all of the stuff you've been procrastinating on, huh? I know that feeling. So, the problem with Spleef arenas is that A, you need to make sure that the players can't get out of the arena. B, you need to make sure that people who aren't playing can't get into the arena. And C, you need to make sure that there are no surfaces attached to the arena where you can stand. So you'd think fencing off the spectator area would work just fine. It doesn't, because that means a player could like stand right on the edge here behind the fence and never fall in. So we have to do something different. And what we're going to do, I'll show you in just a second. Let me get started putting a few more pillars in, like so. One of these days I'd like to build like a Spleef Coliseum, like a great big Spleef arena for teams of 4 or something, or even multiple teams. Yeah, glass is an option, but I'm not going to use glass here. It does work. It's just fine. There's no reason not to, especially if you're doing a modern arena build. But I'm kind of going with the same classic look the rest of the city has, which is mostly wood and stone and acacia highlights. And that's what I want to do here. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I need a slab material, and I don't want to use oak, maybe acacia. Like I said, we are going to use acacia highlights. I don't know how much acacia I want to use exactly. Let me scoop up some of these things, because I'm not nearly out of saplings, but if I go on much longer without picking any up, I will be. All right, let's go get some acacia. I'll put some stuff away here. The hole. So I have dug out the hole here. This is how deep the main pit needs to be, but, and yes, there's always a but, I'd like to dig it out 10 blocks deeper than that, because leaves, you need leaf blocks for Spleef, and I don't want people going around defoliating all of our trees. I don't want them Agent Oranging the server, so to speak. So I figured we'd have an underground tree farm directly under the Spleef arena. So basically, down to, what are we at here? 50. Need to go down to Y is 50. And that's everywhere inside the pillars, right? So everywhere where there isn't a beam directly above it is where you want to do this. I have some iron. I can throw you some iron for iron picks. I don't have any diamonds left myself. I have maybe 3 or 4, but I'm using an iron axe myself right now, which I need to replace. Am I out of iron? Did I put it in here? Yeah. This is the end of my iron too. I'm gonna have to AFK at the iron grinder after the stream. Hey Steph, did you, excuse me, sudden hiccup. Did you put in a tax chest on your grinder, or not so much? Okay. Let's get to it. I don't know who put this in. It's a simple little bridge, but at least it's a bridge. Cool. I still think a tax chest is not a bad idea. That way you can, hey, you could even sell some of it if you don't want, if you want to cater to people who have money and don't want to AFK. Well, I still have my own. I can just overnight there. Alright, let's head on over to Fort Kickass. Wait, not Fort Kickass. Fort Barbary. Oh, I know where this leads. You're gonna have to die before I get close to you. Let's buy somebody's property. Yeah, hop on. I'll go have a look and we can talk. Fair enough, Steph. This I built this under this tower here, and I was gonna make a cell out of it or something, and couldn't quite get it to work, so I tore out the interior again. It'll be useful. It'll come in handy. for something. I just don't know what yet. Why am I here? I am here because Acacia. And I probably have. Thank you very much, Steph. I appreciate that. Steph's good to me. This should be a good start. I don't think I want to use acacia fences, but you see that glitching the chest and the sign? Never noticed that before. See, now the sign is in front of the chest. That's weird. Anyway, it's not that important. Just thought it was interesting. Cool. All right. So, you see one on the minimap? Well, you should be able to, if it's not claimed, you should be able to hover over the, I mean, if it is claimed, you should be able to hover over the square and get the owner. If it's not claimed, well, then it's just a portal. Yeah, you know what? Didn't I just make a fresh iron axe? I totally did. This is my acacia orchard. I had to have a lot of acacia for the construction of Fort Barbary. So I just had a little on-site acacia orchard going on here. And it has worked well for me. Why do I not have any dirt on me? Why? Why? Yeah, I'm getting mobbed a little as well. Give me a minute or two, and if nobody slept, I'll swing by a bed on my way back. I think that's enough for starters. I don't want to have to chop all of this down. Actually, let me just take these with me. That way, if I need more, I can just grow them over there. Okay, yeah, I'm right by a bed here. You know what? We don't need the entryway anymore. This was like the entrance to the fort. I, as is so typical of my building strategy, started building without really thinking about what I was doing, and I realized I didn't have an entrance. There was no really good place for an entrance, so I ended up making that second tower as a twin to this one, and so now you go in, you go over the bridge. It's a neat way to enter a fort, I think. Oh, somebody beat me to it. I tried to help. Honestly, I did, but now we have this little protected harbor, and I think that's really neat. It's very small. I was at first thinking maybe I'd build a ship in it, and just looking at it, it's too small to really build a ship in, which is too bad. That would have been cool. But it's a cool little protected harbor, and, you know, you can use the pier for fishing. It's pretty secure. And this is my last piece of bread, so I'm going to have to make a quick detour to the public farm here and get my food supplies going again. It's not completely grown in yet, but it's close enough. Okay, and I fell in the water. Because I'm smart. S-M-R-T smart. Okie dokie. Really? That filled up my inventory? Okay. What have I got on me that I don't need? 2 sticks and 2 bones. Alright. Welcome back, Steph. I think he just went to planning. Not quite sure. I like building in deserts. Deserts are fun to build in. My very first, well, my single-player world on the stream that I had before I started 1MC3, my base was in a desert, mostly underground, or not technically underground. It was built into a hill, which I guess is technically underground. But it's a great material to work in, and desert hills are fantastic for underground bases because any block that would normally have been stone or dirt that's above Y64 in desert hills, so anything under a hill basically, is sandstone, and that makes it really easy to just like dig out an area and have it look decent to begin with. I mean, you obviously don't want to just live in a sandstone cave, but it's a good background material. Okay, so I have food. I don't need all of these seeds. I don't need any of those seeds. I am heading over to the Spleef Arena, Steph. Well, I guess technically I'm at the Spleef Arena. I'm hoping to have this thing playable during the stream today. It would be awesome if we could at least play a round or two of Spleef at the end of the stream as a reward for all our hard labor here. Oh, look at you, all diggy. Thank you. Thank you for your help. I've improved everything but my jokes. Yeah, my jokes are still terrible. Yeah, it's at one point when I had not been playing very long, I'd occasionally make just a short highlight of me doing something stupid. Because I'm easily amused. Okay, and let's make some bread. No, the signs do not need to stay, Hunter. Thank you. That was just somebody having a little fun. Wow, thank you very much, Steph. I don't have to AFK for anything now. Steph is like a mogul. I'm just going to build the entire Spleef Arena out of iron blocks. Okay, so let's make a new little access area here. I think, yeah, this will be perfect. This will be the entrance right here. And we'll just branch off from the road right there. For now, though, I just want to be able to get up there easily. So, for starters, we'll have a walkway around here. This will be where the spectators stand. And, oh, great. I've already screwed up. Yes, placing blocks is hard. You'd think by now I've been doing it long enough, but you'd be wrong. Right, like that. Did you find Q-Bucks? I don't know where the Q-Bucks are. I know they don't drop here. Just to clarify, we use Q-Bucks on our PvE server, but it's a soft currency on there. Here, it's a hard currency because we want to stick with vanilla gameplay on this server. Oh, I see. You made some money. Sweet. Hey, capitalism works, guys. Here you get Q-Bucks by simply exchanging diamonds for Q-Bucks. You get 9 Q-Bucks for 1 diamond. Oh, cool. Excellent. That's good news right there. I don't think it was me. But the adventure server is going to feature most of the plugins that I've created, right? Yeah, it's like an ice cream truck only with valuable metals. That's kind of awesome. It's going to feature most of the plugins from PvE in maybe slightly different forms here and there. For example, the quest mob system on PvE requires you to get the summoning materials and then do the ritual at the right location, and I thought that was fantastic, but nobody ever really does it. So the new summoning ritual is going to be basically you get a quest from a villager. It's going to say, go kill Meaneth at this location. When you get close, Meaneth will automatically spawn, and you have to get the head to get your reward from the villager. So villagers are quest givers, is kind of the idea, and I think I'm just going to use the nitwits for that. I'm a little concerned that at some point Mojang's going to reveal what they were actually planning on doing with the nitwits. No, that's okay. Don't worry about it, Hunter. Those holes, the sand and stuff, it serves no real purpose. It's just there to... I'm not even sure why this is here. I think a player was just messing around here during the stream yesterday. So, it's all good. I mean, if you need more iron, let me know, because now I suddenly have a lot. Yeah, this is looking great. Excellent. This will be excellent. Is there... No. No, we're good. I keep thinking I have some asymmetry going on, and you always need to avoid that with spleef arenas, of course. This is going to be just fine. Excellent. Alright, so, that's the spectator area, and it's big enough. Let's put the floor in here. And you're going to have to be able to climb up out of the hole of death, but I don't think you're going to climb up into the team areas. I think the exit will go back out to the front, probably. So we don't need a hole in the floor here. Yeah, ice cream trucks. There comes an age where ice cream trucks don't really appeal anymore. Now, if there was a beer truck, you know, if a guy came around with the truck and just had my favorite type of beer, I would be drunk permanently. I would always be drunk. ABD. Okay, alright, so this is good. Now we need to prevent people from getting onto the pitch, and that's what I was talking about earlier. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a slav-hab. I'm going to put a slav-hab down. Yes, a slav-hab. You heard me right. A half slab right here. And then at 2 blocks high right here, we'll have another half slab, so that basically you can walk up to it. There's nothing blocking your view, but you can't jump into it. So that's going to go right here, directly above the logs. And so that's how it's going to work, right? Plenty of viewing area, nothing blocking your view really, but you still have a flat surface. People can't stand on it or anything. You are free to do so, as you are well aware. Alright, but I need more oak. And we've had a couple grow here, so that's progress. Probably not enough. I'm going to have to bone meal some more, but no big. Ugh, I'm stuck in the leaves. From your old house? Well, the reason I want the tree farm here is just because I don't want people to have to go a million miles to get the wood. I mean, it's spleef, right? In theory, all of the blocks that fall can just be picked up again, because you're going to be breaking them with shears, and that actually does drop the leaf blocks. So they're just going to fall into the pit that you're digging, and at the end of the game you go down there and you pick them all up. But there's always loss, you know. People either pick it up and forget they have it, or it despawns. These things happen, so it's nice to have an extra supply. Bone meal, I put that back in the chest. How many am I going to need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 32. More than I have, but not a whole lot more than I have. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Welcome, 29. How you doing? What's the what and how's the how? This one, oh. Yeah, if you want to come help out with the hole, you're absolutely welcome to. Oh, life is so much easier with all the bone meal. Oh. There we go. This will be enough. I think this will be the last batch we need. Yeah, so the pit is going to be deeper than that because underneath the pit there's going to be a tree farm. But I did test that. I made sure that you can't reach up and hit the blocks even if you're jumping. And that means that the floor here is going to be at Y is 60. Hunter's going down to 50. So this is where the floor is going to be. This will prevent you from jumping up and breaking a block. Although, great. Okay, that's not going to prevent you from jumping up and breaking a block. Need to go one lower. So we're going to have to put the floor at Y is 59. And then I want this dug down to 50 so we have room for a tree farm underneath it. And I might put some trapdoors in the floor or something so you can look down and see the tree farm. That might be cool. Or at least cute. Thankfully, I have ender pearls. Whee! Life is good. Life with ender pearls is so much better than life without ender pearls. Ah, creeper. Jeepers, creepers. Where do you get those peepers? Okay. So, just to, break... What the hell? Oh, invisible spider. That's one thing that always really surprises people about this server. Not in particular this server, but about survival in hard mode. Spiders can spawn in vanilla when the difficulty is set to hard with potion enchantments applied to them. It doesn't happen often, and normally people don't notice it unless it's invisibility. Okay, not what I was trying to do, but close enough. And then on the back side, we don't have to be quite so elaborate. We're just going to put a wall back there. So what I think we'll do here is kiss it. That stands for keep it simple, stupid. And we'll just have a railing at this height all the way around. Okay, I got some iron for you. If you come on over here, just hit me up. I'll throw you some iron for picks, whatever material you need to help out here. And then here's where the ref booth is going to be. And that's where you're going to control the doors. I've done the basic design before. I've done some really elaborate spleef arenas, actually. I came up with a scoring system, a fully automated scoring system for a major spleef arena once. That was a lot of fun to do, but it was a big challenge because the arena was not designed with enough room for the scoring system in mind. So I had to come up with this ultra compact counter, which I've used over and over again after that because it's really neat. You know what? If you're just going to throw it away otherwise, yeah, I'll take it off your hands. Absolutely. I know it's just dirt, but even just dirt comes in pretty darn handy sometimes. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the rear section. Well, actually, let's just work on this first, because obviously I haven't finished this. And then here, you know, it might be nice if we could well, I was thinking it might be nice if we could have an area where you can kind of overlook the field. So what I might be able to do is just run this like this, and that gives you the ability to look basically straight down, right? That's kind of neat. But it looks kind of ugly. Now we'll just be persistent. I mean, the playing field is going to be right here, so I don't really have any concerns in that regard. The only possible issue is, I guess, players could have stuff thrown at them by spectators. But that's why we have a kick option, right? We can just kick those people off the server. Okay, it's very orange. I'm beginning to think maybe I shouldn't have made the floor out of acacia, because now we just have these whopping big fields of orange. And I'm not sure I like that very much. Maybe we'll replace the exterior with something else. We'll put solid blocks here. I don't really need to have the space underneath here be accessible, so I might put up a wall. Huh, that's an interesting question. What's the best way to do that? We don't have to work that out right this second. And then oh, balls. Like I said, on this side, I don't have any dirt on me. I'm pretty sure there's some in the build chest, though. I just need some for scaffolding. Did I not replant this? Am I just that stupid? Is that a rhetorical question, Stately? Right. You bloody well right. Oh, hey, 29. Here, let me throw some iron at you so that you can get some picks and stuff going. That's enough for 3 picks right there, and here's some wood for sticks in case you need it. And I picked it all up again. Great. Let me try that again. That's for you, and that's for you. And so this needs to go all the way down. One further. No, dude, this needs to go down to 50. This needs to be 10 deeper. But we need a floor put in. Once the hole has been dug out, we need a floor at 59. So just a slab floor or something. Either way is fine. And hey, if you're watching on stream, Twitch or YouTube, welcome to the stream. I'm Stately. I do this every day. I just can't help myself. And you are welcome to hop on the server, played.1mc3.com, or you're just welcome to watch. That's awesome, too. If you do like what you're seeing, please do consider subscribing on YouTube or following me on Twitch to give a little extra visibility to the server and, well, let's be frank, my antics. I would appreciate that. Let's see, where was I? I distracted myself. I played myself. What was I doing here? Come on, guys. It's all your fault. It's all somebody else's fault. Everything's always somebody else's fault. I forgot what I was doing. Guess it wasn't that important, huh? Last I remember, I was putting up the scaffolding on this side. I mean, the barrier on this side. One thing that I've always wanted to do in vanilla Minecraft with script or with whatever tool I can get my hands on to do it is I would love to create a working ball. That's it. Just a ball. Just something you can throw around. Something that has more or less the same physical properties as an actual ball. Because if you can do that, you can make all kinds of interesting sports. But getting something to behave like a ball in vanilla Minecraft is surprisingly challenging. I've tried like messing with the characteristics of snowballs and things like that, or ender pearls, things that you can throw, and I managed to get it so that you can like catch them and throw them and pass them. What I can't get them to do is behave like a ball when they hit a wall or hit the ground. I can't get them to bounce or so I've never really wrapped my head around that one. I guess while we're doing this, we might as well go ahead and put in the spectator box. Oh, here's a neat trick, by the way. No matter how worn your item is, if you use it to repair, even like this one, which has 4 durability left, no matter how worn it is, it'll always, at the very least, repair 5% of another item. So don't throw those tools away when they get to 1 1 durability. Hang on to him and use him to repair your new one. Okay, so this is going to be the referee lobby. Let's go ahead and put in some supports for this bad boy. Yeah, don't use the this repair method for enchanted items, or they'll stop being enchanted. You need to repair those on an anvil. 1, 2, 3. So we'll go here. And there, and that'll be our referee box. This kind of doesn't line up properly. I think the best thing to do will be just to reorient these guys. It's turning into just one giant block of wooden construction here. Okay, so yeah, once this is done, we're also going to have to clad the walls. The hole is going to be as much work as the actual arena. Can I come there for a sec? Ow. Ow. What is this? Whose is this? Is this... Why is this here? Is this under the arena? I guess it is. Hold on. Who built this in the first place? Oh, it's yours? Okay. So just to clarify, I don't need necessarily the hole under here to fill out the entire arena floor if there's no room. I just need enough room for a smallish tree farm. So if you want to keep this, and it's your build, so you should keep it, you can just put the deeper hole on the other side away from here. It doesn't have to be the entire thing. If I can get like a row of 6 oaks, so okay, I overshot there. So that would work if you just dug out, you know, this half. It would be fine. This half? Is this the right half? Yeah, this is the half, I mean. Oh, you got endermited. That's rough. And embarrassing. It is, I suppose. I'm the one who pearled out of there. I summoned the endermite. I am, as they say, a bad man. So the viewing angles are great. You'll be able to see all of the action here. So that's good. What up, Steph? We got our balustrade in place over there, so our playing field will go here. That's simple enough. What's next? All right, let's put together the referee area. Ban Stately. Everybody would be very sad, because then they wouldn't have anybody to complain about. And I think what we'll do here is we'll leave it an open air area. We'll just fence it off. Well, maybe not. Maybe we'll just do a full build here. Just a box. And here I think I am going to use glass because I want the referees to have the best view we can possibly provide. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just do the exact same thing again with the bars here. But as far as this goes, this is... I don't really know what I'm going to use for infill. I haven't really had any need for infill yet. Everything's kind of skeletal. Alright, and then we'll just have a ladder or a staircase coming up from one or the other side. So you'll just go around. The back area, like where I'm walking right now, is where we're going to have redstone lines for the... Oh, come on. You'd think I could hit a frickin' skeleton with an arrow, wouldn't you? There we go. I should probably eat something. Alright, whatever works. Just so long as you can get there from Priority Central Place and there's enough room to grow 5 or 6 oak trees. Remember, it's just about the leaves, so the oak trees probably shouldn't be like right next to each other. But if you can put, hell, even if you could just put down a grid of 4 oak trees 4 blocks apart, so that would be what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 by 10 would be enough, I think. Okay, so this is some definite progress here. This, I just realized, needs to go because the players could jump and bump their head on it. We don't want obstacles inside the arena, and that would technically be inside the arena. So let's go move that back. You know what? Let's just take it out entirely. Let's just... Well, if I take it out entirely... Okay, we'll just put it in here. Like that. There we go. Yeah, that should be just fine. And it needs to be, what, 7 or 8... Where are you stuck? Oh. There's some food there for you, 29. And a pearl to get out. Don't jump, don't do it. I try to help. I swear to God, I try to help. Anyway. Fine, be that way. See if I care. Okay, so that's going to be the referee area. There's going to be a switch here that's just going to open the doors, and that's all there is to it. No scoring system or anything like that. I might write a quick countdown command just for starting games because that's convenient. Alright, what I want to do now is I want to add some posts to the outside here. Yeah, I warned you. I told you not to do it. I told you you'd regret it. And then I think I might actually go with even more oak on the outside to fill it out because I don't like having these big orange ledges, and I don't like having great big slabs of acacia like this, so we're going to have to break it up a little bit. So, here we go again. Park a few things I don't need. Those are my Q-Bucks. Don't need them right now, but I do need them in general. Did you have stuff? Quiet today. It's not that quiet on the server, but it's quiet on stream. Alright, so this goes here, this goes here. And now we bone meal. That was fast. Okay. And then there's the stubborn ones. Take your time. Excellent. This is probably enough. And if it's not, there is more there where that came from. Where should we meet? And potatoes. Where should we meet in potatoes? It's how carnivores ask each other out for dinner. Where shall we meet? Oop. Okay. More keys. And what we'll do is we'll do probably not all of the corners because it's kind of a zigzag now. We'll do that, and I guess here. I don't know, kind of depends on where you are. One thing that I do want to do here at some point, and not in the near future probably, because I've got a lot of other projects, but I'd like to have a subway system through Spawn Town, you know, even if it was just like 3 stops. A cool little underground rail system to get around quickly is fun to build, it looks nice, and I enjoy doing it. So that's on the docks. It'll happen sometime. Someday. Alright, next is here. Are you, did you build near a portal? That's kind of far out. And then one last one here, and that'll be our support system for the spectator area. And that already does a reasonable job of breaking this whole thing up, I think. Alright, take it easy, Lego. See you next time. We need to wall this off too, because obviously this pit is not going to be something we want to be accessible. So we'll have, let's start with cobble, like this. Is this right? I think this is, yes, that's good. And there goes my cobble. How you doing for cobble down there, Hunter? Can you spare me some? I have a shovel. I can be shoveling this. While we wait for the stream delay to catch up with Hunter, I guess I'll get started on the... Yeah, you do? Okay. I'll just pearl on down, I guess. I don't know if I can pearl on up. It's pretty high up now. Look at all this stuff. Did you break your chests? Awesome, thank you. This is dirt. I don't urgently need dirt. I need cobble. Yeah, I don't think you need to worry about it too much. That should do me just fine. Thank you, Hunter. Whee! And I'm going to land in the water, aren't I? Yep. GG, Stately. GG. Why is it so quiet on stream today? Somebody say something. Mind you, it's not like I'm not used to it. I have lots of experience streaming to nobody in particular. Alright, oh, my own Endermite's out to get me now. Yeah, you're not bishop, so you die. That said, I should probably get a pet Endermite. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. I'm kind of not lining this up completely because that would obfuscate the wood. But I don't know if that's really an issue. If I did that instead, it'll be easier to finish off the wall. So maybe I'll just go with that. Well, hey, why not both? Okay, and then maybe the top, I mean, it would still be fun if you could like look down and see stuff. So maybe for the top, you're having a lot of fun filling your sorter. Jeez, how many cells did you end up with? You mentioned that you were gonna do like 200 or something. Villagers should not spawn in water. No, they are kind of stupid and end up in water occasionally. Let's do fencing. No, they shouldn't be able to end up in the water, no. And let's, what do you think? Should we do acacia fencing for the bottom? Around the pit? I'm low on acacia, but that shouldn't stop me, I suppose. There's a villager in the middle of the ocean, really? That is crazy. I don't know how a villager could get in the middle of the ocean. Alright, time to go get more acacia. I'm taking what may or may not be a shortcut here. Yeah, I think that officially qualifies as a shortcut. My acacia farm is down here. Yeah, you know, something will come up. You'll realize at some point that, hey, I should have a chest for X, Y, or Z. And maybe when 112 comes along, there'll be some new blocks you want to put in there. That's crazy. Madness. Madness, I tell you. Oh, come on. Why do you have to be so tall? There we go. Really? Don't make me break you twice. I will if I have to. Is that going to be enough? Half a stack? Yeah, there's a nether portal right by spawn. We have a big old nether hub. So yeah, if you're going to keep living out there, you'd probably going to want at some point to work out what your nearest nether portal is and set up a little path to the spawn portal from it. Might already be there, but I wouldn't bet money on that. A lot of the portals already have connections to the spawn portal, but I think the majority of them probably still don't. Alright, let's hop by the bed real quick because it's getting dark. I don't think it's officially nighttime yet, but it will be in just a second. Nope. Come on. Get dark so that I can make it not be dark. There we go. Wubba, welcome back. Oh, there you go. That's not too bad then. And your portal is already hooked up, so you don't have to worry about getting around in the nether. Something to be said for that. Oh, my coffee's gone cold. I know, it's way too late in the day to be drinking coffee, but sometimes you just want to stay awake. Ugh, cold instant coffee. Tastes like regret. Alright. So let's put in a row of fencing around the bottom here. Block off the pit. We don't really technically have to put in anything to block off the pit right now, but I think we still should. The bottom of the tree farm needs to be at 50 to have enough room above it. Let's see. I'm going to turn all of this into fencing. Maybe not all of it. Let's see what we need. This is going to be 30. That's not enough. this should be. Yeah, that should do. And that leaves me with a little extra, because Lord knows we're going to need it for something else. I don't know. I think I'm going to need more. Definitely going to need more. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. Well, that's not too bad. So that's 3. That's this. 3, 6, 9. That should do me. Alright, so that's the pit kind of blocked off. You kind of see under the playing field here, which I guess is kind of neat. And then we want fences along the top, and I'm still iffy about this walkway being acacia. I wonder if I should use cobblestone slabs, because that's not a material we haven't used much yet, and it is kind of the tertiary material here. Also, I have enough. Let's do that. Let's take this down and turn it into cobblestone slabs. And what I think I'd like to do is make this slabs in advance so that I can replace it in segments. That way I don't have to worry about whether I'm putting it back in the right place. And I'm betting 2 stacks will be enough. Why did you come here? I don't know. Weren't you going to trade something with somebody? Dark oak. I think you were going to acquire some dark oak from somebody. Roger that, 29. Yeah, we'll just change everything except for this ledge here into cobble. Nicely done, Stately. You never played Spleef before? Spleef is good fun. Spleef is a really great casual game for survival servers, and it can be played competitively. It does require a fair amount of skill, but it's also kind of a bluffing game, which makes it more interesting. You can get standoffs. That's why you need referees. You have to make sure that people don't just like stand in corners and stare at each other the entire game. Alright, junk, not junk, but I don't need it right now. Again, with the not junk, but don't need it right now. What I need more of right now is pickaxe. Not pickaxe, just axe. Shotgun axe. My favorite weapon from a TV show. Max shotgun axe in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's just called shotgun axe too, which is, I love the simplicity of it. Somebody just got creepered. Hey Alex, got mad. How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. What's up? Ignore the explosion. If anybody ever tells you this is some Some life advice for you guys. If anybody ever tells you to ignore the explosion, don't. Do not ignore the explosion. Run away from the explosion. Even if they say it was just a creeper. You never know how true that is. Alright, and look at that. I still have an entire other stack of slabs. Good stuff. Let's see. So once this is done, we're going to need to put in the door opening mechanism and the floor under the pit, because obviously that whole thing is not pit. The pit goes down to 49, and then everything underneath that is tree farm. Or, you know, secret evil lab, one way or the other. Is that your stadium? What's up, Fireprong? How you doing, man? Your stadium? When we got it, it was our stadium. What's up, Reptile? How you doing, man? Okay, so that's fixed now. Let's go ahead and put in the fencing on the top level here and the stairs. What have I got in the way of material to work with here? I think the fencing will be oak fencing, which means I'm going to need more oak. But before I do that, I want to expand these pillars up a bit, and we'll put the fences between the pillars like we did down there. Except that makes this area very narrow. More caps, please. You're very cappy, and it's kind of irksome. This is fine, but this diagonal here is not. So let's move everything out a little bit. Just expand it outwards from a wall. Oak trees will grow right next to a wall, but what I would suggest is make it 2 blocks out from the wall, at least. Hey, Zist Ghost. Okay, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Took me a little while to wrap my head around your name there. Let's see if we do this, suddenly there's plenty of room. Oh, it's your stadium because you were here once. Right. Yeah, by that definition, I own the Sears Tower. So, did I get that right? Yes, and now there's plenty of room to move around here. Should you eat a pufferfish? Yeah, whatever makes you happy. Oops. Gives you the nausea effect. It's also very bad for you. Okay. So that's that. Can you not be in my face, please? That would be nice. Right? I think you did. I think that's the implication. Yeah, I know you're Reptile King. You seem to do that a lot, don't you? Oh, that was 29 days earlier. Yeah, it doesn't take forever. Okay. Hold on a sec, I'll come check. If I can find a way to get down there. Yeah, that looks good. That should be okay. How do you, here, hold on. No, that didn't work. All right. There, a couple pearls for you guys to rescue yourselves. That looks good. Hunter, thank you. Hey, Brendan, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Where am I? I got completely discombobulated there. I've pearled way too far out. All right, let's see. Okay, so next step, put in the fencing. And we're just going to turn all of this into planks, I guess, because it's going to get used anyway. Seriously, reptiles, stop being constantly in my face. Okay. There we go. And that's where you're going to come up, so we'll have a nice wide staircase there. Really? Is that it? Is that all I made? This is still a little narrow, but it's fine. What's it say? Oh, Reptile King and Donkey Stadium. We're not calling it that. You've claimed it. Hey, Gamer Boss, welcome. How you doing, man? It's alright. I still have enough material. I can probably get the rest I need for a 12, 14. There we go. I mean 16. Obviously I meant 16. How could you think I meant 14? Just because I said 14 doesn't mean I meant 14. Welcome to the server, Gamer Boss. Seriously, stop being in my face. That's probably the last time I'm going to ask you. Ah! Giant frog! So excited. Just can't hide it. Yeah, so the floor, I think just cobblestone or something at y equals 49 should be just fine. Whatever material works best for you, but you obviously have a bunch of cobble, so that would probably be the easiest thing to do. Alright, so it's a little narrow still, but this is a perfectly doable spectator area. You got a good view of the playing field, so I'm pretty okay with this. I think this will be just fine. Now all we need is a little staircase heading up into it, and I think we can use acacia for that. Or at least for the main stairs, and then we'll do, or should we? Because, you know, I've been hitting the acacia pretty hard lately. I think it'll work. Yeah, I think acacia will be fine. And we only need, what is it, 6 steps? So that should do us. And I'm going to clear out some stuff out of my inventory here that I don't currently need because it's filling up pretty bad again. There's a surprise, huh? That never happens. 49, yes. YS 49 is where the floor should be. If you want to double check, just, you know, put a block down at 49 and see if you can break the leaves that are there. I think... Yeah, I think I'm going to put in some dirt here. I'm going to just kind of terraform a little bit here so that we can have a road that goes up to the stairs that doesn't look weird. Not 49, sorry. 59. Why is 59 is where the floor should be? The floor of the pit. Yes, my mistake. You're right, it's 59, not 49. Okay, so I'm just kind of filling this out a little bit here so that we're going to branch off from the road here and probably just go straight and then turn and go up the stairs. Simple, straightforward, easy to get to. So that's kind of it, really. I mean, we'll make it an actual path. And just fill this out a little bit so that it doesn't look weird. But yeah, if you do feel like giving it a quick double check to make sure that I didn't miscalculate or that you can actually still break the leaf blocks, please feel free to. Of course, there are, you know, edge cases. Somebody could come in with a jump potion, but at that point, you know, we could take into account every conceivable edge case and still not get it all sorted out, so I'm just not even going to worry about it. People start doing stupid stuff like that, we just mercilessly remove them from the game. Okay, and then probably put in fences here, right? Excellent. Very good. And I'm going to have to put in fences here too, but right now I am out of materials. Yeah, we've had a few more oaks grow, so I can go chop a few down. Yeah, I don't like this area here. It's too narrow still. I think I might work on that a little bit, see if I can just widen it out a little bit. But it doesn't look bad. It's a kind of a neat looking stadium right now. A little simple. Yeah, excellent. You did in fact do something. That's very good. Very proud of you. I did that wrong. Hey, I died twice. That's how it goes. And then for the roof here, still got plenty of acacia slabs, and it's not going to be really visible, so whatever. A lead. I don't have any leads. You asked me last time. I still don't have any slime balls. You're going to have to go catch a slime somewhere if you want a lead, I think. So this is actually starting to look like a spleef arena, folks. I'm very excited by that. Okay, and then this. We need the entrance. And we have a couple of options here. We can do retracting pistons. We could do an iron door. Those are, I think, our options. So a 2-wide iron door would be pretty easy to power from beneath. Although we might have to, we're going to have to build some kind of mechanism under this, but there's plenty of room. I'm not worried about that. Pistons, I think, are more elegant, but because they have to be right out on the front ridge, they'd be exposed, even though they're underneath the level of the playing field. I'm just having to think here. I'm having to think. I'm making with the thinking. Well, okay, so one problem is I don't have slimes like any to speak of. That kind of makes the decision a little bit easier. No, I'm gonna go with pistons. I like using pistons much better than using iron doors. Or yes, pistons. Okay, pistons. It has been decided. We're using pistons. Hello. What you doing? Let's see what we need for materials for sticky pistons. I'm going to go buy a couple of slime balls from Steph because I need 4 and that's not a lot. That's fine. And that's why we have shops after all. Commerce, folks. What is that? Oh, it's just a pig and a sheep. I couldn't quite work out what it was from a distance. At least Joke Stadium. Now that would be a good name for a cemetery or something. You could call it the Stately's Jokes Memorial Stadium. Rest in peace, Stately's Jokes. Okay, so I don't even have enough. Come on, this stuff is massively overpriced, Steph. Balls. Alright, let me see what I have in the way of materials. I think I have 2 slime balls already. I'm not sure. I might have already used them for something. Wouldn't be surprised. It's cheap, really? Okay, if you say so. Let's see. Here, I have a few more Q-Bucks. That's enough for 4 slime balls. That works. Great. Excellent, Hunter. I'll come check it out. We might want to have another entrance from closer to the stadium, but it could just be a ladder. I mean, it doesn't have to be necessarily pretty or easily accessible. It just needs to be practical. This is not an aesthetic part of the build. It's just something we need. I just walked by the shop, didn't I? Here we go. Okay, 4, and the thing where you have to click on cash registers with an empty hand is not ideal. I might have to rethink that. Okay, so that's the slime balls we need. Redstone. I need redstone. And I know I have that back at my base, so let me go grab some. This is not a complex redstone build or anything. Just a switch that activates a couple doors, that's all. I've done more elaborate opening mechanisms with like a countdown timer and note blocks to make it bing. One of the things that really bugs me about note blocks is their volume is very, very low. I would like to be able to make a loud noise when, say, a game starts, but you get the really, really muffled little bing from note blocks. My God, I keep forgetting how to word. So I've thought about like doing something where you drop an anvil, but there's no real way to get the anvil back afterwards. Could you make like a permanent anvil cycler? Can you push an anvil up and then over and have it go clang over and over again? That might be a fun little build to try out on planning one of these days. I am here for... yes. Don't rage quat. Thank you, whoever made it daytime. I appreciate it. You. You must die. Didn't you see the sign at the entrance to town that says spiders not welcome here? Very rude. How rude. Sorry, I probably shouldn't be doing very, very poor Jar Jar Binks imitations on stream. Not if I ever want, you know, to have like a single person watch the entire stream. I think this can go. I'm not sure if it's grief or just a little bit of leftover building material, but I'm helping. This is a fantastic build. Flywish made that. It's a tower that's kind of floating up out of the ground. It looks great. He's got a shop in there, sells potions. I've never bought anything from him. They're a little too dear. They're too rich for my blood, so to speak. But it is a fantastic build. You just out in the wilderness, Reptile King? You just doing some exploring? Okay, so this guy's been following me? Ha. Oh, you know what? Because elytras and rocket boosters, gunpowder is suddenly useful. Hey, if you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, thanks for tuning in. My name is Stately. I stream every day around 6 Pacific here on play.1mc3.com, and you're welcome to join us. Like I said, that's play.1mc3.com. This is not enough. Yeah, this is enough, actually. What I don't have enough of right now is wood, but that's easy. And if you just want to watch me stream, that's cool, too. If you like what you see, please feel free to subscribe on YouTube or follow me on Twitch, or both, or neither. And if you're already subscribed or already following me, I'd appreciate it if you could just give a thumbs up to one of my videos or comment or something. Help me get a little bit of exposure. Be internet famous. I want to be internet famous. Kind of internet famous. You're fishing for Stately? You're fishing for Stately. Give me just a sec, Hunter. Things you don't want to piss off, Reptile King. Number 1, the Ziggs. Number 2, Enderman. Did you just replant all of these? Thank you. Appreciate it. You can fight them. I mean, they're easy enough to fight. You just need to have a little secure area where you have a 1x2. I mean, a 2-high area that you can hide under. MC cubed. You know what? That's kind of the idea. 1MC3 is 1 Minecraft cubed. That's what the term means. This looks pretty good. I mean, it needs to get filled in. I would like, if you have the energy to do it, to have all of these posts go down to the ground. I think it's okay to leave the rest of the material the way it is, because, you know, it is a hole in the ground after all. But if you're up for it, and I appreciate your help so far, but if you are up for it and you want to finish this off, just make all of these oak posts go all the way down to the ground level here, and then fill out the walls so that they're smooth. Is this where the oak farm is? Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, this is excellent. Exactly, that's what the tree farm's for. Great job. Yeah, this will do just fine. We'll get all of the leaves we need to replace the ones we lose at the Spleef Arena. Thank you. You are fishing for Stately, aren't you? That's not the exit, is it? Okay. And 29, thank you as well. I appreciate it. Doesn't work, does it? Okay, oh, and lest I forget, this also needs an exit, Hunter. But But you know what? I'll take care of the exit. I'll work out a place where we can put a ladder or a staircase so that you come up somewhere convenient above ground. I guess you'd want to end up like back at the front of the arena, right? So the exit would be maybe here and then up. Again, I think it's okay for it to be a ladder. It's a hole in the ground. I mean, literally, it's a hole in the ground. Well, poop. Are you going to fish me out of here or what, 29? Running low on pearls. Okay. Little over enthusiastic on that pitch. All right, so we got the oak that we needed. I have some. I have like 5. There's no lag. The server is behaving beautifully. Has been for a good long while now. Any lag you're experiencing is entirely imaginary. So let's do this and this and this. Okay, well done. There. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, I could have avoided using the slime balls by just using a gravity affected material. Public farm. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I have like 5 bread left, but I'd be surprised if the wheat at the public farm hasn't regrown by now. So, for the entrance, what we need is... Sorry guys, the signs have to go. Pistons. There. Blocks on top. And I think... I don't really know. Let me just use something temporarily. Like that. Do it on the other side. It hasn't. I figured it was loaded because, you know, we're pretty close. We might be right out of range here. That's new since 1.10? 1.9 maybe? 1.9. I'll take Reptiles King's word for it on that one. Okay, so that's going to be the release mechanism. We still need to fill out the rest so you can't like jump over it or anything like that. But what I want to do right now is get the things wired up. And for that I actually need some smooth stone, which I don't have. Not that that's hard to come by. I can walk into basically any old mine. I have a silk touch pick on me. What is this? Pig farm. Really? Maybe it's underground. Stunts. Here we go. This looks like a perfectly good place to pick up some smooth stone. Yeah, I'm sure it's perfectly safe is definitely famous last words right there. Derp house. Still you know like derp house. Oh, that's gonna be perfect, Hunter. Excellent. Okay, let's get some wiring going. So I'm going to need 4 repeaters. I'm probably going to need 6 repeaters, actually. So I'm just going to break all of this. And that's not enough. That should be more than enough, though. 6 repeaters is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 torches. A torch in the middle and redstone on the outside, or is it the other way around? What's up, 29? Why are you doing this to me? That's fine. You know, worst case scenario, we have too much, and nobody's gonna care. Oh, did you get a tree? Yeah, that'll happen sometimes. And I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure this is how you make a repeater. Okay. I'm smart. SMRT smart. Alright, and now we need a platform. Let me grab more cobble. I don't want to build on dirt because Enderman could theoretically pick it up. Also, it's just bad form in general. I got a theory that it's a demon. A dancing demon. No, something isn't right there. I got a theory. Some kid is dreaming. We're all stuck inside some wacky Broadway. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Wasn't important. I got a theory. We should work this out. And then we need to come around to here, and we'll have a switch like here, I suspect. So let's put the switch in so that we have something to work off of. Lever, not switch. Lever. Really? The hell? Okay. Excellent. Excellent. And this should be a reasonably simple little setup. The only problem is that can't be a slab. It has to be a solid block, because otherwise it won't transfer the redstone juice to whatever's beneath it. And because this is perfectly symmetrical, the only thing we need to do is make sure that we use the same repeater setup on both sides, and both of the doors will open at exactly the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set up a trace right along the wall here. I think that'll be the easiest way of doing it. Like so. Did you find something awesome, Reptile? You sound like you found... Oh, you found a mushroom island. Sweet. Those are not common. If you're going to bring any home, you should bring home 2. I mean, bringing 1 mushroom home is just a shame. Bring 2 mushrooms home, and you have an infinite supply of mushrooms. And then here we'll do the exact same thing, so just like that. Okay, so that's the basic setup. We have 2 repeaters left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we'll put the repeater there, and it should work just fine. No dental. That's the story of my insurance. There we go. So it's simple, but it will open and close doors, and that's what's important. Also, we need a way to actually get into this. That might be a good idea. So let's... What, the no dental joke? Yeah, okay, that one was pretty darn bad, I admit. That one was shameful. Put a path up here, and we need to secure this area. I don't have any fences left, but I think what we'll do is same thing we do when you need player boxes. We'll just do this. And then here, I'm guessing there will be a fence. And then here is where the switch goes. So, there we go. That closes both of the player boxes. And then when the game starts, they both open. The players come out. And the referee closes them again. Now, we could also do a button, which would, you know, open it for a fixed amount of time so players can run out. The reason you need to close it, obviously, is because you don't want players running back in if they get injured or scared, or they want their mommy. So we're getting really close to being able to play some spleef in here. Let's grab... You stole some wood. Oh no, that's terrible. That is just terrible. Wait, no, that's not the term I'm looking for. The term I'm looking for is, who cares, is the term I was looking for. And we'll have to think about lighting as well, obviously. Let's see, so this, and this, and this, and this, and this is... Really? Fine. This is kind of bland. I might replace this with something nicer. Actually, it might be a nice idea to replace these guys. Hey, what's up, Proton? Haven't seen you in a while. What are you up to? How you been? What would be nice is if we replace this with like red and blue wool for the different teams. Alright, so fencing here. A gate here, I suppose, or a door. Yeah, we can do double doors here. And the same thing here. I'm just using these slabs because that's what I happen to have. Oh, actually, even just that, instead of a full slab, adds a little bit of detail. Hello! I'm sorry. The spleef tryouts aren't until tomorrow. There we go. Cool. So, are you still around, Hunter? Always feel a little bit bad killing stuff and things. Hey, stuff and things need doing occasionally. I always feel a little bit bad killing zombie villagers. I feel like I should be rescuing them or something, but it's not my job. I am not in charge of rescuing zombie villagers. This is excellent. This is almost done. It looks like Hunter ran out of wood along the way here. Do you need some bone meal? I can give you some of those bone blocks. Happy to. Why haven't any of these guys grown yet? Alright. Is that a knockback bow you've got on you? Because... Oh, come on! Fortunately, it's almost daytime, but it's extra mobby here today. This is like 3 stacks of oak worth. I mean 3 stacks of, oh, God's sake, completely forgot how to talk somewhere along the line. I'm gonna just throw him down, Hunter. Oh, that's iron. Here, take this instead. Hopefully that'll help. Telling you guys, talking for 2 hours straight is not really in my nature. Let's grab these oak leaves and start filling it out. We need more fencing. I have some oak wood here that I can use for that. And you can thank Steph for those, actually. He's the one who provided them to me in the first place. I have to, thank you. They're parked over in Villagerville. Zippy and I found a mushroom biome a while ago. I need to do something with them. I'm planning on bringing them out to Fort Barbary. I keep forgetting what I called it. Fort Barbary. And having like a bowl dispenser next to it so I can use them as a food supply. And put a roof in here. Again, I'm using acacia because I have leftover acacia and I don't really care what the roof of the player builds look like, the player rooms. Elvish is, yeah, everybody's still playing on Elvish, as you can see. Although the new hype very soon is going to be the adventure server, which we are working on. Alright, Hunter. See you when we see you. And that's, hopefully we're going to be able to run a quick alpha test of the adventure server next week. Probably more of a pre-alpha, frankly. But that'll be fun. And then here, again, we need to make sure that players can't stand on a ledge or something, so this has to be solid. And I think I'll just go with the acacia slabs again, because the net result is it doesn't really block the view, and nobody can get through. So that should do just fine. Need a door there, preferably the one that can be locked from the inside. And then fencing out here because we can, and because, hey, even referees deserve to have a decent view. Although I'm going to put a solid block here just for the sake of symmetry. Arya, why are you so dumb? Look at that. 2 trees within a second of each other. Where do you bastards keep coming from? Alright, let's start putting in some saplings. Start filling this out. So what we're also going to need here is some ancillary stuff. We're going to need a locker room. So that people can store their gear while they're playing. And the way I'd like to set that up is... Oh, crap. That's rough, man. That is always infuriating when you do that. Like I said, we need a locker room, so what I'm going to do is build a separate building somewhere that just has a bunch of chests, and I guess we'll let people file a ticket to claim a chest or something, so every player will have their own private chest that they can store their gear in when they're playing Spleef. And we'll have some uniforms. But people will be allowed to come up with their own uniforms, of course. That's finally a good purpose for leather armor, right? You can make cool dyed uniforms. No more leaves. Wait, I have shears? Why do I have shears? I guess I have shears because I was testing stuff. I didn't even realize I had them. That's how clever I am today. My brain is just like working on half speed today or something. I don't know why. I hope this is enough, but I suspect it's not going to be. I do think once I have the initial floor in place, I'm going to take down this temporary farm, because we have the oak farm now under the floor, thanks to Hunter and 29. So lighting, we need lighting. I think probably grab some glowstone and maybe put it on top of some of these pillars here. Should be easy enough. And I think this is a pretty good arena. I like the shape. It's mostly square, but not completely. And it should be big enough for 2v2, although it's probably a little more comfortable with just standard 1v1 spleef. And then we need an exit from the pit. We'll need a ladder going up somewhere. The climb of shame, so to speak. Yeah, I'm going to need more. I'm going to need a lot more. Probably another 2 stacks. Maybe 3. That's all we got for now. So I know we were hoping to have some actual spleef games going on today. That's not going to happen. It's too late. I have places I need to be and things I need to do, so I need to cut it off now. But I might, hopefully if I have some time, finish working on this later today so that tomorrow we can play some spleef on stream. Until then, though, thank you everybody for tuning in. I appreciate your patronage. I'm Stately. This is played.1mc3.com. You can tune in on Twitch or YouTube to watch me every day at 6. And if you want to come join us, you can. It's a public server. So thanks very much, everybody, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Ciao.